of this effort, along with Jeff Buckhalter down here. And I'm really excited to see everybody here today. But before we begin, I like to always do this to get a sense of who's really in the room today. Can I get a show of hands if you're a healthcare provider? Okay, welcome. And how about if you're a researcher? Great, welcome. And how about if you're an advocate or a person living with epilepsy? Welcome. And how about if you're a bereaved family member? Wow, welcome. I mean, you can see we have a real range of perspectives and experiences in this room, and I am so happy you all are here. I was actually looking at the registration list last night, and 300 people registered for this meeting, which is a record, and we have 8 different countries represented, which is great. And then almost a third of people here are new-time PAME goers, so that's great. So I welcome all of you here. And I want to take a moment to recognize what it means to be in this room. I think it takes a lot of courage. It takes courage to show up and know that we've largely failed patients when it comes to risk communication. It takes courage to be here and ask really hard research questions that don't have immediate answers. It takes courage to know there are an increasing number of drugs and devices available, but that more innovation needs to happen. It takes courage to live with epilepsy and the uncertainty of sudden death, and knowing that people with epilepsy are 3 times more likely to die prematurely than the general population. It takes courage to be at a meeting that is not only unconventional, but is also uncomfortable, because we all have to bear witness to a lot of pain all day long. And perhaps the ultimate display of courage is to be here after having lost a loved one to epilepsy, to walk into a room that reminds you of your loss, but to be here and turn your grief into meaning, not only for yourselves, but for others. It's really courageous. So yes, I think it takes a lot of courage for us all to be here. But the good news is, I think I have a slide, our courage is the most inspiring act of hope. Hope that things can change. Hope that our collective work in science and care and advocacy, in remembrance and in love will save lives. I think this courage and this hope is what makes PAME different. This is not just a scientific meeting or a family gathering or a professional summit. It's all of that at once, and that's where the power lives. Here's our ecosystem. Each part of this system is essential, and where they all come together, this is where the hope lives. And this is where PAME seeks to be. Since its inception nearly 15 years ago, PAME has sought to help us work together to better understand and prevent premature epilepsy mortality. But this doesn't happen on its own. It takes a whole community to bring this to life. Not just the people in this room today, but those who've been working behind the scenes for months and those who've been on the PAME journey for a very long time. So before we continue, I want to take a moment to say thank you. So first, thank you to the planning committee who poured their energy, time, and heart into shaping a meeting that reflects the latest science, questions, and spirit of this community. Can you all please stand up? I just want to give a big round of applause. It truly is a labor of love. Thank you all. And I can see they're all not here yet. So an enormous thank you to the organizations and institutions who sponsor this effort. Your partnership makes it possible for us to connect across disciplines and experience and drive progress. And I want to include a special thank you to the American Epilepsy Society for providing substantial in-kind administrative and logistical support. We would not be here without them. And thank you to all of our speakers who will present today and who presented yesterday. And thank you to our moderators and our panelists who are here to share knowledge, ideas, and inspiration. And finally, thanks to each of you for showing up with hope and knowing that together we can save lives. This meeting is designed to help us build bridges between science and story, between data and humanity, between questions and shared solutions. So as we kick off this conference, I want to invite you to carry a sense of connection with you into every session and every hallway chat. I hope that you can lean into all of the experiences and perspectives represented here. Okay, now housekeeping. So Wi-Fi passcode is everywhere. The bathrooms are located down that way and down the escalators. Lunch, there's a lunch buffet that will be out here, and then a special thing of lunch is for the young scientists. There's a networking session. We have mentors that will be available to you in the ballroom down there. There are a bunch of round tables, so just grab your lunch and go there. I think I have, do I have a slide on that? Sorry. So that's ballroom A. And then there's a QR code here on this slide, but you'll see it throughout the day. That's the evaluation QR code. Please fill that out. We actually pay a lot of attention to it. And then for the families, please know, well, I think we already know, this meeting is hard and exhausting. So please feel free to take a break, leave the meeting at any time, and go to the family lounge, which is also down there. It's called the Willow Boardroom. And finally, what I didn't mention yet is the virtual memory wall. There's one there and there's one outside. I think we have over 100 entries this year. Please spend time looking at that and absorbing the magnitude of loss here. We have some fun things this year. We've got some swag. And so that's outside of the registration table. So please, especially grab one of these little PAME pins if you're going to AES. You can wear that around AES, and we're trying to promote SUDEP awareness and mortality to epilepsy awareness. So wear that pin and have people talk about it. Oh, here's the science networking lunch. Sorry about that. These are the mentors that have agreed to be part of this lunch. So the way it's organized this year, thanks to George Richardson. So actually, I have a little thing I wanted to read about. So I wanted to thank all the professionals who've agreed to serve as mentors. Not only are you each brilliant in your respective areas of study, but you're committed to building the next generation of scientific and clinical leaders. So to all the young investigators here, please take advantage of the opportunity to network and talk. And so if you're joining the session, the lunch, as I said, is back there, and you just pick a table that you want to be at. And then, let's see, lastly, I want to acknowledge the profound family gathering that took place yesterday. Thank you to all who participated in this event. You bore witness to each other's pain, and you came together to share ideas and solutions to prevent future tragedies. It was a really amazing day. Thank you. On a note of being open and sharing, I wanted to give you a heads up that there will be a few people circulating around the meeting who are interested in conducting really mini interviews to capture the PAME experience. So I hope you can lend your voice and participate to that. Please stay connected. Follow us on social media. Okay, now, so let's really begin the PAME conference with a special keynote.